Behold, listeners! The tabletop hobby is full of badass femmes with equally badass stories to tell, and you can behold them in Behold Her Podcast. Every episode centers around a theme, like accessibility in gaming or decolonizing Dungeons & Dragons, and features several interviews and an audio story. The goal of Behold Her? Demonstrate that the femme gamer experience is as rich and diverse as we are as individuals. So join us. Listen to Behold Her wherever podcasts are free, or check us out at patreon.com/beholdher.
You know things, I know some too. Sit right down, the femsplain them to you. If there's a thing you wanna explain, these two feminists can entertain. Nerdy stuff, sexy stuff, so much to know. Tune in for the Femsplain Show.
Femsplain! You know what I just realized, because I got my little hamster friend in here with me?
What did you realize?
He's a stealth clicker, so which is kind of nice for the podcast.
Yeah, it's the most silent click I've ever had.
Silentest click, yeah. It's
yeah,
quiet
it's
as
very
a little
satisfying.
mouse.
Quiet as a little hamster.
A little hamster. Were you? Did you watch Hamtaro?
No, what's that?
It was an anime for kids younger than us when it came to the U.S., but it was on my radar.
Oh, well, no, I have never heard of it.
Yeah.
But is it good?
I don't
Should
think
I
so.
watch
I mean,
it?
at the time, I was a little eye-rolly about it because it was for younger kids. But whenever I see these little hamster mice, I think of it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that the hamster mice are not mice. But I do like that they're hamsters.
Yeah, I almost feel like they are mice, but they had to market them as hamsters because maybe mouse mice is like copyrighted in some way. I don't know.
We'll have to look into that.
On the bottom it says
bust that case
optical
open.
mouse.
3D optical mouse. I think that just means it is a mouse. What are we doing?
Oh, I think we're talking about our matching hamster mice.
We are.
Oh, I spilled coffee on myself.
This is going great.
Yes.
We're off to a good start.
Yes. We are here this morning. Good morning, of course.
Good morning.
It has to be morning. To record
Legally binding.
an episode of Femsplain Podcast.
And to listen to it, it also has to be morning.
Mm-hmm.
So good morning to the listeners of Femsplain.
Including myself in the future. Good morning, future Avalon.
Ooh. I usually edit it at night, so good evening, future Diana.
Do you have any words of support, advice, or wisdom for future Diana?
Yeah. You know what, future Diana, while you're editing this, did you do anything on that checklist for the weekend? Did you take any of those pictures? Did you shoot that video? Did you edit it? If the answer's no, I mean,
We still love you.
we still care about you, but like, how many weekends do we have to have this conversation?
I want to talk to future Diana, and I want to say, future Diana, you're doing so fucking much. Thank you for editing the podcast. I'm sorry, past Diana is kind of a B.
It's just that past Diana keeps becoming future Diana, and we're trapped in this little cycle with each other.
That's how this works, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to Femsplained. Femsplained is a Femmes-only Clubhouse podcast where the Femmes have the mics, and everyone of every gender identity and presentation is welcome to listen, laugh, and learn with us.
Exactly. Before we get started on this week's topic, we, as you know, since you're a diehard listener, always say what nerd culture has done for us lately. I'll go first. Nerd culture.
You're volunteering to go first? Okay, no, please go.
You'll see. So, nerd culture has really been fucking with me lately.
Ooh.
In the form of spoilers.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, we have to have a spoiler conversation.
So nerd culture, we had this conversation once with Supernatural. I'm back to say, Disney Plus viewers, you are the fucking worst with spoilers. It has been harder to avoid Disney Plus spoilers than Game of Thrones spoilers.
Yeah.
For Mandalorian, for WandaVision, you all suck.
Yeah, you gotta can it.
Half of the reason I got off Facebook, not half that, but one of the tipping point things was when Mandalorian came out, all these regular semi-nerdy people just acted like they didn't know anything about any etiquette.
Yeah.
In a world of streaming, you do not expect people to see something the evening it premieres.
No, it's ridiculous and completely outrageous. And I feel like this did not exist when we were all seeing things in movie theaters.
I
don't feel like
agree.
anybody, right? Like, it's just now that everybody's seeing things online that they're just like, all right, everybody's clearly already doing things on my timeline. So
Absolutely. You know, you used to have to sometimes be like, whoa, you know, water cooler talk, or in the office, sometimes you'd have to throw up a hand and say, hey, I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
But these Disney Plus posters, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's really bad. I feel very lucky that I have curated my Twitter timeline so heavily that I did not get spoilers, and we finally watched the newest WandaVision last night. But from the millions of people that I saw being like, holy cow, WandaVision people, stop spoiling this for me.
Yeah.
Everyone else did not have such a blessed experience.
And I think part of it too, and I should be more forgiving of this, is if you've seen WandaVision and you see a WandaVision spoiler and you like it, I'm going to see that spoiler. So like, you got to chill with liking things.
Right, it's just that unless the thing that you're liking has the spoiler tag in it. Mm-hmm. Like, especially because, okay, so like these big shows like WandaVision and The Mandalorian pay Twitter to have a branded spoiler tag. Like, they are giving the tools there. You just have to put the hashtag. It'll come up, and then we can just block it, mute it, do whatever.
So I got to be honest, I don't know how to do that, but I do take responsibility. If I see the spoiler tag and I didn't have it muted or blocked, I know that's my bad. I won't get mad about it. But I actually don't know how.
Oh, yeah, you can mute tags. Huh. So if you go into your settings and in the same place where I think like the privacy section is, you also have like muted words, and you can do just words, but you could also do hashtags. And the like Mandalorian spoiler tag, the WandaVision spoiler tag is in there, and then they just won't come across your feed at all, which is
nice. All right, so here's where I'm also going with this. Last night I was watching a stream from some random streamer.
Uh-oh.
And
what did they do?
In the middle of the stream, for no reason, they spoiled Lost for me.
Oh, it was me.
And, you know, I know it's the statute
decade old.
The problem is, I didn't know there was something about it I didn't know. So it really caught me off guard. And it wasn't like I clicked on an article and I read about Lost and I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was the case. I got blindsided by someone I thought was my friend.
This was a long walk to a short punch in the face. I did not. I think there's a statute of limitations for spoilers. And on a decades old show, I think I should be able to say something that happened on a show I didn't even see, because I didn't even see Lost because I hated it so much.
Well, yeah, I didn't see it either for the same reason, but I just really
felt
like,
what's the problem?
You know, I don't know, but it bugged me.
It's just because it's your pet cause is spoilers, so it's related to your pet cause enough
that must be it. Absolutely.
You were just like, I gotta be mad about this.
I just couldn't believe there was something I didn't know about that dumb show, because I have been in proximity to conversations about it so many times over the past decade. And so for there to be a spoiler that had not already been spoilered made me suddenly resentful.
So these armchair media critics treat Lost like it's the biggest metaphor in all of history, and it's so mysterious, and it's so clever and well crafted that I think that people talk about it in metaphors and wrapped up in mystery, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, thank you for not spoiling it for our listeners. I can tell that you're intentionally.
Yeah, well, now I don't want to get in trouble again.
Well, you will. You will. For something.
I'm sure I will.
All right, what has nerd culture done for you?
What has nerd culture done for me lately? I am loving WandaVision. No spoilers for it here, but I think it's delightful.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely delightful. I know it's important in other storytelling ways and media ways and stuff like that, but I just think it's a great romp, a good old time that I'm enjoying very much. So there's that. What else has nerd culture done for me lately? Femsplained stuff has been just super blessed. I am also starting this month of February, I'm a Dice affiliate for Die Hard Dice. So I will pop a 10% off code in the description of this video. It is Super Dylan, and you can just put it in at checkout and get 10% off your dice order this month to buy any of their amazing dice. I mean, there are so many good ones. Anyway, I'm just really excited about that because I genuinely love them as a company, and so many of my friends work there, and the dice are so pretty, and I'm holding them in my hand right now. So yeah, it's just that has really lifted my spirits.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's enough.
Last week we
I loved
had
last
a
week.
special guest. We had Samwise on to talk about Deep Space Nine, and they gave us such a deep dive. I mean,
yes,
it was probably one of the best deep dive episodes we've had, where it was just they started talking and then kept dumping information, and it was so joyful.
it was. Yes.
So that was awesome. We are going to do some homework regarding that, and it's going to be great. But before we tell you what this week's episode about, because this is an Avalon episode,
Indeed.
we need a man to get on in here.
We do.
Do some mansplaining for us.
In a mansplain minute. Ooh, everything's explained. In a mansplain minute. Ooh, tell the ladies what to say. In a mansplain minute.
Putting 1 minute on the man, watch, and go. Adventure time. Back in college, I had a roommate who showed me a viral video of a proposed Nickelodeon cartoon that got shit-canned for being too off the wall. I remember thinking it was pretty funny. As a 5-minute video, it felt pretty unique. The humor was unexpected. I enjoyed it. And then a couple of years later, I heard that by popular demand, they were making it into an actual Cartoon Network show. And that's where you lost me. Because it came back by popular demand. So inevitably, it's just not going to be as good. Too mainstream. Anything that winds up being plastered to mugs and t-shirts at Hot Topic or Spencer's Gifts is not for the esteemed cartoon connoisseur. You know what I would have preferred? If Adventure Time had remained true to its original form, 5-minute micro-episodes within a limited web series. Something tailor-suited to the more refined humor palettes of we denizens of Reddit. Not this poo-poo pee-pee humor churned out for the masses. In essence, I wish it was more like Rick and Morty. And that's your Mansplain Minute.
Well, okay. That was a Mansplain Minute about this thing. But Avalon, why don't you take it away? Tell us what's going on here.
So, the topic today that I, for some reason, don't seem very excited about is that I chose is Adventure Time, the animated series. Yes. So,
Sure.
Diana, what do you know about it? Because we didn't talk about the topic beforehand, and I didn't gauge what you knew.
Okay, so this is really weird because I feel like it's something that's perfectly in my wheelhouse, up my alley, and like that I would probably enjoy. But for some reason, just, I don't know. I've just never sat down to watch it. I will say that my closest relationship to it is that one time I made somebody a Finn costume
Oh, yeah.
by hand for my cousin. But I just looked it up online and I had no idea what any of it was. So I know pretty much nothing except I would recognize the characters if I saw them.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I definitely thought that you had some sort of negative feelings about it that I didn't know
have no
why, and I was
opinion.
going to suss out. I guess I thought we had talked about it once and you were a little like,
No, literally blank slate. So whatever you say, I will believe 100%.
oh, great. Well, I think it's fantastic.
Oh, good. All right. Continue. So all right, give me the elevator pitch first. What is it?
All right. It's a lot of pressure. So Adventure Time is a story about a human boy and his best friend who is a talking dog who is voiced by Bender. And
Oh, right. Yeah.
it is definitely influenced by a lot of nerdy culture. Like there's some very clear D&D references running through. It is a show that is made for kids, but there's a lot there for adults to recognize and appreciate. But I think it balances that fairly well.
Right. So it's not like super in your face like Futurama, where it's definitely made for an adult audience.
Right.
But it's more like this stuff is under the it's subtext.
It's under the radar, I
Yeah.
would say, yes. Whereas there are a lot of shows out there that I think are kind of came out around the same time that were supposedly for kids and at a scheduling time they were airing, but it was so obviously for stoners or
Yes.
and so I personally don't think that Adventure Time, or I do think Adventure Time balanced that really well.
Cool. I like that.
Because it is definitely also for stoners. There is a lot of
stoners, yeah.
sexual innuendo, I'll say. But I think it is
so
subtle enough that it wouldn't alienate a
SpongeBob
kid.
has a lot of sexual innuendo.
Right.
So like but I didn't pick up on that
Right.
till later.
So
Yeah.
I think there is that. I also think that the comedic timing and the punchlines in the show are different. The pacing feels different to me than a lot of shows previously, and I think it's very funny.
Yeah, well, timing is like something that I feel like is super important and missed more often than I would expect in like popular media, especially in cartoons.
Yeah.
I think because of something to do with voice acting and editing. I see it in video games too.
Yeah. And I think that to me, what's special about Adventure Time is that it starts to build towards a meta plot that I think is really solid. And you don't necessarily see it coming in the beginning, but there are traces of it and there are Easter eggs if you go back. But yeah, for one of those types of cartoons that has like 2 episodes per half-hour block, it's surprising how much depth and meta plot is in it.
I didn't realize it was that short.
Well, yeah, like it has those like little 15-minute episodes.
Oh, wow.
Like
Okay, that is
SpongeBob
impressive.
or like Powerpuff Girls or, Rugrats, those types of things, how it's 2 in 1. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I really like that.
Yes.
So when did you watch this show?
Ooh, so it came out in 2010. I probably started watching it in 2012, 2013-ish. And why was I watching it in the first place? I remember being secretive about it because I was kind of embarrassed that I was watching it.
A children's show, yeah.
Yeah, but there must have been another show on Cartoon Network that it either reminded me of that I liked. I think there was a show called something about Flapjack that had been on years prior that I liked, that I thought was funny.
No idea.
It had a fairly short run, and it was just a similarly zany, kind of weird story. And I don't know, it reminded me of it enough that I decided to watch it, and I really, really thought it was like laugh out loud funny from pretty much the beginning. And there are a couple of songs and a couple episodes that I think are genuinely good and or funny, and the characters are good. I just think it's great. All of the little side characters in the world are very unique and very funny.
Love that.
So we have Finn, who is the last human alive, and his best friend Jake is a dog that is has Mr. Fantastic powers, like can stretch himself, and then he can stretch himself into like shapes or whatever. And everything.
Finn is a human?
Finn is a human. He just has a hat on with bear ears.
Wow. Okay. Did not get that.
But no
Okay.
one else is a
Go
human. In the very beginning, his love interest is Princess Bubblegum, who reigns over a nearby city of candy people that are pretty funny. And that's pretty much the extent of it.
So
in the beginning.
Is she a human?
She's not a human. She's made of bubblegum, but she is humanoid.
Okay.
Yes. So she looks like a pink person, but she is made of bubblegum. And yeah, that's kind of like what you're opening with. And all of the candy people in her kingdom are kind of funny. And Finn, the human, Jake the dog, are adventuring often. They go on like little adventure parties, which is where a lot of the D&D stuff comes in oftentimes.
Yeah.
Like there's the big bad for quite a while is a lich. And they have a very funny dungeon crawl episode that I will definitely make you watch that is just full of a lot of references.
Oh, good. Okay, great. I like that we already know what I have to do. Very good. So is there like, is the fact that he's the last human left like part of the meta plot, like that he needs to find out what happened to all the other humans, or do we know what happened to all the other humans?
So we know what happened to the other humans, although it is never, for quite a while, is not explicitly stated in the show. But it's funny, you will notice in the background of a lot of scenes, every once in a while in this super silly magical world, you'll see like a rusted car that's like covered in vines, or other just kind of weird things. There's an episode where there's like a person frozen in a block of ice in the way background. And then they start sort of alluding to how, ancient times there was a mushroom war.
Oh.
So you, slowly put together that it's a post-apocalyptic nuclear fallout situation and magic.
Right. Mushroom war, meaning like a mushroom cloud.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. And in the aftermath of that, magic sort of just became the thing. So, but also potentially the fallout from the radiation is maybe what like made Princess Bubblegum out of just some old gum, things like that.
Right. And so do they explain how Finn is a human that is living?
Eventually, but it takes an extremely long time.
Ooh. Oh, I like that though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for quite a while, you just are kind of like, all right, Finn's just the only human for some reason. And he was found by some dogs and adopted.
I like that. So then, like, who is Finn the main protagonist, or is Finn like a side character?
Finn is the protagonist. I think that it gives a lot of time and development and space to the other characters, but most episodes revolve around Finn.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask a question that's leading
Okay.
to another question.
Okay.
One, why did this show click or resonate with you?
I think just because it made me laugh. And then I was really impressed by the Easter egg post-apocalyptic thing.
Oh, okay, cool. So you didn't answer my hidden question.
Okay.
In that first question. My hidden question is, how gay is it?
So it ends up gay, but it doesn't start gay.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Slow burn gay.
It's a slow burn
I
gay.
like that.
I believe that it may have become gayer as it came to know and accept and understand its audience. And then I think it brought on some new writers, maybe gradually, who made it gayer.
Great. Okay. Tell me more about that.
Well, so Cartoon Network, I think, circa 2021 has pretty much established its comfort with different kinds of identities, gayness, social justice issues. I think
they've certainly.
I think they're pretty good.
Said some things, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, Steven Universe, so I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I personally feel like Adventure Time might have come out at a moment where that door was like creaking open. So I don't necessarily want to say that they became gayer to appeal to their audience, because I don't think it was insincere or contrived, but I think that maybe they might have like wiggled their way in. And I think they left the door open a little bit for Steven Universe to come in and really blow it open with gayness.
Right, sure.
So, but there are two major characters who I don't think there's any evidence for them to be gay in the beginning or for a little while, but who have ended up being gay.
Ooh, great. Tell me about them.
So Princess Bubblegum and the other, I think, probably biggest.
I was so hoping that you were going to say Princess Bubblegum so bad. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
That's so gay.
The other, I think, biggest femme character on the show is Marceline the Vampire. And the two of them end up being a couple.
I love it.
It's great. It's great that there's sort of this punk goth vampire character and this scientist
Prissy,
princess all pink
lady
character.
Princess.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, do you know what that reminds me of?
No.
Oh, it reminds me of those two parakeets.
Yeah.
The goth parakeet
Yeah.
and the bright colored parakeet, and how they fell in love. Oh,
That's what it is.
I love
Yes.
it. Okay. Okay, I love it. Great.
Yes. So that's
Fantastic.
excellent. But I would be very surprised if anybody saw that coming from the first few seasons.
Right. Like this was something that got made later on.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So good. I have room in my heart to love
Yes,
this thing now.
absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay. So what about the dog? What's the situation with this dog?
So the dog is Jake. He's Finn's adopted brother, because Jake's parents found Finn as a baby.
Right.
And they're like best friends. They live together in a treehouse. Jake is kind of like the devil's advocate, I think, character.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, but just sort of, truly, not in a problematic way. I know.
About the word.
Poorly chosen. But I do think that he sometimes eggs Finn on to either go on an adventure that seems kind of dangerous or to stay home and be kind of lazy or whatever the case may be. Jake is just
like fighting against the plot a little bit.
sometimes. Yeah, that's kind of the role that he serves. Yeah. But he's also
cool.
like a little bit smarter and wiser than Finn in a lot of ways and will give him advice. Sometimes that's very real.
Oh, I like that.
But he's just like a little bit of a chaos character at times.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that. There's one thing that I'm scared about hearing the plot of this show, and like, just please tell me that, did you see the entire thing? Like, you've seen like it all the way through?
So in the past year or so, HBO Max has picked up a couple of like hour-long specials that add on to it that I have not seen.
Okay, that worries me right there.
Yes.
Because what I'm worried about with this description is that it has like one of those like famous Garfield endings.
What does that mean?
Okay, so there's one like kind of famous Garfield strip that is not canon, but everybody, like, it went viral a while ago to imply that it was, where it is revealed that Garfield is just like a homeless stray cat that's hallucinating Milo and spaghetti and things, and is actually just
first of all, it's lasagna
cat.
So
sorry, whatever.
yeah,
lasagna.
No, I don't know about whatever.
Yeah.
I think that lasagna is pretty pivotal to Garfield.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so the point is that it's revealed to be this actual dark story that but that's not something that's actually canon. It's not, you know, a real part of the comic strip. But everybody gets obsessed with those kind of dark undertellings, like where they, you know, insinuate that the Wizard of Oz was about, or what is it? Alice in Wonderland is actually about drugs, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm feeling worried that this show has that sort of end reveal where Finn is just actually in some sort of dark horror, and this is a fantastical world he's created to deal and cope with that, and that will make me upset if that is the case.
I do not believe that to be the case, and I think that one of the reasons to take some comfort in that is that the dark undertellings are intentional and a part of it fairly consistently.
Good. Okay. So yeah, I'm wondering if HBO Max amped that up.
I don't know.
Is what
I need to watch
worried
those.
about, yeah.
I regret not having watched them before we filmed, but that's my self-imposed homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. And then you can let me know.
I will.
And I'll watch the fun stuff.
Yes.
First. Okay.
But yeah, I think as a young adult, I often secretly watched a lot of cartoons, which I'm sure many of our listeners are like, I watch cartoons not so secretly. But I just didn't really have a lot of people in my real life to talk to about it. And it just, I don't know, it was just something I did just for me. But this was one that I was pretty excited had such a fan base, because I thought there was a lot to engage with.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I do remember that when it came out, pretty much from the bat, like there were a lot of adults that were just on board with it.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat, which I like. Yeah.
One thing that it did that I think, I don't know if I want to say it was pandering to cosplayers, but there are a couple of episodes of like gender swap for everybody. So Finn is a girl, Princess
nice.
Bubblegum's a boy. Like, everybody in the show is swapped. Jake the dog is Cake the cat.
Huh. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah, and I always wanted to like those episodes a little bit more than I actually did, but it did see rise to the cosplayable character Fiona, who's just a femme version of Finn with like bunny ear hat instead of bear ear hat.
Oh, I do. I remember seeing cosplayers and fan art and stuff of that. Yeah. There's like this interesting thing that happens when you are extremely online and like really, really keyed into online spaces, is that like there's always like some sort of weird familiarity with like the vague imagery of shows that I don't watch. And like I get the sense of who everybody loves on a thing without having any idea what the thing is about.
That's very funny. Yes.
I do. I have a lot of that with like Sherlock, which I've never seen.
Oh.
But was on Tumblr during like the the Sherlock.
Why haven't you seen Sherlock?
Fandom.
It's like not got that many episodes.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. But like lots of things, and this is just another one of those things where I like the imagery and the like love is very familiar to me, but I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, and I like the way that it handles the will they, won't they romance of Finn and Princess Bubblegum. I think it does a good job because it teases it and you expect it. And Finn very much has a crush on her. And she's older than him. And so it's very much just a crush. And then there is a plot line where she becomes younger and is his age. And so it kind of seems a little bit like maybe first love. And I believe they handle relationships in a very innocent way. And
I like that.
They have to, and then she grows up, but they have to talk through what their friendship is at a couple of key moments in the series. And I think they handle it very well in a way that I believe sets a good example for younger viewers to not feel entitled to a romantic relationship when they have a crush on a friend or to lose the friendship.
Yes, because the will they, won't they ends up a won't they based on what you're telling me. I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then I guess she's gay eventually, so.
Great.
Or maybe
Love
bi.
it
I'm not entirely sure there, but
I admit that I am a person who has started using gay as an umbrella term for anything that's not straight.
I do too. If that hasn't been apparent in this conversation where we talk about how gay it is and then I talk about a lesbian couple. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gay just means all queer.
Yeah. Which I think queer is already there for. We it's interesting, but I've noticed that I've been doing that.
Yes. Agreed. So other good characters that it has in the background. One of the antagonists who, it's the trope of like antagonist becoming sort of friend, but not really friend, occasional ally, is the Ice King. And his whole thing is that he's always trying to steal and marry the princesses, which isn't great.
Yeah.
But he is very funny. He is very sort of like incompetent in his plots and
love incompetent villains.
Exactly.
Love that.
And so
shamelessly.
lots of physical comedy with that and is very good. And then shockingly ends up in some of these sort of serious metaplot episodes, really blowing your mind with his backstory.
I love that. Yeah. So what kind of, give me a feel about his backstory.
I don't want to. I think, I think that's an episode I want you to watch. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Because it pulls in other characters in an interesting way. So yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. No. I thought that was the door. It was not. Okay. So, let me see. If you and I were to cosplay anyone if we were to do a cosplay con together and we were going as Adventure Time, who would we cosplay as?
This is hard. I don't think that there are any character duos that lend themselves to our height difference, which is normally what I would go for.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we should just be Princess Bubblegum and Marceline because they're gay.
Yeah. Which one would you be though? Would you want to be the vampire?
I would be really happy to be either. I think they're both really fun.
They are both really fun, but I feel like you don't get to do goth as much as you should.
Sure. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that you should have some goth time.
Thank you. I'll be Marceline and you can be Bubblegum.
Okay, great. It's settled then.
I guess alternatively we could do like Finn and Jake.
Jake is a dog though.
I know. But it's the only height differential thing that I can figure.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then that's easy.
Sure.
So I would be Jake, the dog.
Yeah. Or you could be Cake,
That's
the
right.
cat.
No.
Yeah. Cake's not as good as Jake.
Yeah. No. I know that because I have no idea about Cake the cat.
Correct.
And I know every other iteration of that body swap episode from Tumblr fans.
It's true.
So I know that no one liked Cake the cat.
We could just for fun be the body swap, Marceline and Bubblegum.
As boys?
As boys.
Boys?
Yeah. Boys.
Boys. Okay.
And then I would be, I guess, Prince Bubblegum. I don't know his real name. I don't know Marceline's name. Maybe Mark. Marceline.
That's so not.
It's probably not Mark.
Marceline is such like a goth name.
I know. I have to look it up now.
Not. Okay. I want to know what it is.
Marshall Lee.
Marshall Lee. Still not as magical as.
It's not. It just sounds similar.
You know.
But he is drawn pretty hot.
Ooh, okay. Good.
So.
Thank goodness.
Yes, thank God.
You know that's what I'm really here for.
Yeah. And Prince Bubblegum, if that's the name, is Neil Patrick Harris.
Ugh, that's good.
But it's not as funny. Those ones are just not as funny, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
True.
It just matters that hot boy vampire, hot boy bubblegum.
Hot boys. Hot boy Bubblegum. Yes, that's you.
Yeah, that's all. That's what they'll call me.
Oh, so yeah, I guess they're in a couple too.
What did you say? Say that again.
I said I guess they're in a couple too, since their femme versions are in a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. That is canon.
That's great.
For sure. I'm very glad. Is that like an alternate universe thing, or is it like a twisted magic kind of thing?
It's an alternate universe thing. Unless something happens in an episode that I have not yet seen, but I believe that that's the case, yes. I think it's just for funsies. Cool. It's a fanfic episode.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love a fanfic episode. I'm a sucker for it. Cater to us. Do it.
I like that, except in Supernatural. I think they go a little bit too haywire with that.
What do you mean?
So they establish fanfic universes in Supernatural that become almost part of the overall plot, which is too much.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So it's not fan service. It's like, it's just really like dragging.
It's dragging it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several different times where either they go into an alternate universe because of magics, where it's the show, like it's full fourth wall, like they find themselves as the actors on the set of the show Supernatural. And then there's a big plot line that I think is not very strong, where they find out that God is actually a guy who has like dreams of the adventures they're on and is writing basically paperback novels that are their adventures. And then it sets up that in their core universe, they exist as characters in a book series that people like goes to cons about because it's so popular. And it's just a lot. Okay. It's a little too much for me.
Got it. Yeah, that's fair. It is genuinely very fair. I feel like it's a delicate line to walk because, you know, if you're doing fan service, it's not like anybody doesn't know that's what you're doing.
Right.
So you kind of have to the essential oils.
We're allergic to fan service.
Okay. No, it actually smells good. I like it.
I bet it does. It's very essential. Does it smell like orange strong. Oil?
Like the wood cleaner kind of oil smells. Yes, but less chemically and more like
It smells like a freshly painted room or something.
Yes. Yeah. Mixed with essential oils. So like everybody knows you're doing fan service when that's what you're doing. It's not like ever going to be subtle enough to be a secret. But there's like a line that you can't cross before it becomes too much. Otherwise it's just joyful. I think I think I also like it. You mentioned this earlier, but I like that when shows cater to cosplayers. Like, I think that it's just a smart decision because cosplayers are like diehard fans that you like, and like they will do so much pull for your show.
It's true.
Like, completely.
Yeah. I never got to cosplay anything from this show, but I was planning cosplays for this show several times for events or things that didn't end up going through. And I kind of regret that I never got to. But I remember distinctly sketching out costumes a few times for this show.
Would you ever if you could do a burlesque based on this show, what would you do?
Oh.
Like, or who would you do?
I feel like it's weird that I haven't.
Yeah, I do too. That's why
I feel like maybe Celeste and I talked about doing a Bubblegum Marceline one once. If it was a solo number, I would probably do Marceline. Because she has songs since she's a musician. I think she's recognizable.
Yeah, because she's not just a vampire. Like, doesn't she have like blue skin or something? Am I making that up?
It's like a very light blue.
Right, okay.
Yeah, she tends to wear like a red shirt and has long, dark hair.
Right, yeah. So she's got a pretty separate from generic vampire.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good. But I'm not feeling, I don't really know. I would have to think about it. I don't know what direction. I don't know what narrative there would be to the performance. Because there has to be a small story arc within each performance, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would have to think about it.
From my limited knowledge of burlesque,
Yeah.
which is only from you.
At least that's my approach to it. It helps me to choreograph that way. But yeah, so I think that's who I would do. I really liked, there's a not very big character who's like the Flame Princess, who
yes,
I liked, and I like how she looks. I like her outfit. I like her hair. And I was always planning on cosplaying that character. And this was fairly early in the series, but I don't think that she actually ended up being that consequential. So I think now that we have the full run of the show, in hindsight, I would probably pick a bigger character.
Yeah, absolutely. If I did burlesque, which I do not, I would probably, based on the 1 hour of information that I have currently, I would do a burlesque number about Princess Bubblegum.
Yes.
And what I am going to project as a like mutual pining story arc for the vampire.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So is this a duet?
Yes.
Okay.
I've just decided that it would be.
I think if you're going to do a duet, that's what you should do. For sure.
Yeah.
Is those two characters.
Good. Good. Great. I'll get back to you.
Thank you. Yes. Just, I don't know. Film it. I don't know. You're going to have to recruit
just
Marty.
Me in my room.
Yeah.
I'll just like film it with Marty sitting on the couch and then Photoshop in the
there you go.
images of the vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you could do both roles. I feel like TikTok is fancy enough that you could do both roles.
Yeah, I could do that.
Splice it together. I don't think that's the right word, but yes.
Yeah. I could duet it.
All right. Well, join our Patreon where we create a TikTok video of us duetting this.
Yeah, which we could actually do.
I'm gonna need a lot more.
I'm
gonna need a lot more patrons for
that. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot.
I'm gonna need more money for that. I'm just gonna be honest.
To get Avalon to download TikTok to to even put it on her phone, we will need a lot more incentives.
Yes.
So patreon.com/femsplained to help us reach our get Avalon on TikTok goal.
Yeah, that'll be our stretch for February. That'll be our stretch goal. And that's not even for this burlesque number. That's just to get me to download TikTok.
Yeah, it's gonna, because I know that the timeline for everyone who's reluctant about TikTok is about a month between downloading the app and actually ever posting anything on it.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. It's like you got to look at it and then like slowly become convinced that it's fun.
I will say, in all fairness, I have downloaded it and I do have an account already.
Oh my God. How did I not know this?
Well, I did it when I was having such a hard time uploading just a GD hello video to Patreon. And I was like, I am not putting this on YouTube just so that I could link it in the Patreon account. I'll just do a TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also, I think I downloaded it back in the day because I wanted to give you likes and stuff. And I didn't realize you had like tens of thousands of likes and you didn't need me, but I just wanted to like go in there and just like help your numbers a little bit.
Well, now I do need you because TikTok totally throttled me after I don't know what I did. I took a month off and they were like, well, never mind her forever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing because I still have like 9,000 followers or whatever, but my videos went from getting like 9,000 views on average to getting like 60. So it's a very weird algorithm thing. But you can't.
Yeah.
You can't take time off. If you take any time off, they're just like, well, forget you.
That sucks.
Yeah. At least that's my hypothesis.
You're probably
about
right.
it. Yeah.
Man, algorithms are the worst.
Yeah. Yes. Extremely. Yeah. I don't understand them, and that's part of why they're the worst.
Yeah, I think the rationale behind some of the decisions and changes specifically for Instagram, I truly don't understand what they're doing or why they're doing it. I mean, it's to make money, I'm sure, but all they've genuinely just ruined the apps to the point where I just don't even open them anymore.
Right, exactly. Like it just continuously makes everybody mad over and over again until a new app comes out that doesn't have that built in yet. And then we all go there. And then slowly that app decides to inhabit the same algorithms that drove us from the old app in the first place.
Yeah.
And that just keeps happening over and over again.
Over and over.
And the last stretch is when they start banning the sex workers.
Oh.
And that's when we all go to the new one. I feel like that's the...
Speaking of the new one, are you on Clubhouse?
I'm not on Clubhouse yet. I was actually just trying to get familiar with Pillow Fort.
The fuck is
which
Pillow
I'm not
Fort?
loving. Pillow Fort is like Tumblr.
Oh.
But there's no mobile app, so
Oh.
it's only
Why?
in browser right now. Well, it's very indie. That's why.
Oh, well, I do like indie.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice way to have long form posts and picture posts on the same website, which is what Tumblr did well.
Yeah.
You could have your GIF set and you could have a essay on why, Cassandra from Dragon Age is actually a lesbian. And you could have those things in the same place. But yeah, I just now found out about Clubhouse. I haven't really checked it out yet. From what I hear, some people are a little hesitant about it because it is just a place for like people without any degrees or not necessarily degrees, but any sort of experience in certain areas, being philosophers about things like politics and gender studies and stuff like that, which to me, I'm very anti debates on certain types of topics, because when a topic is, I think, morally one-sided,
Yeah.
debating it gives a platform to morally abhorrent people. So I'm pretty against that as a whole, and I have seen it start to become popular on TikTok, and I'm guessing that Clubhouse is where that is like becoming a more popularized thing. I'm not a fan of it. So I am hesitant, but then again, I haven't checked it out. I haven't delved into it. So this is all me hypothesizing.
Interesting.
I will have to give it a look eventually and find out if it's someplace I want to be.
Yeah, I signed up for it ages ago, and the bouncer still hasn't let me in. So I don't know what's going on in there.
Oh, so it's still in a beta.
Yeah.
phase. Got it.
Yeah. So, oh well. If anyone wants to hook me up with an invite code to Clubhouse, I will log in exactly one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess I better do that thing where I make my handle on it just in case I ever do want to use it.
Fair.
before-
Because you're so fancy.
Yeah. That's a thing that I didn't realize at first was going to be a thing, but I really do like when a new like app hits the ground, like you have to make your name, otherwise like it will be gone and you will be mad about it later.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, and that's why I have variants of my username everywhere, whether or not there's an underscore, because of how late I was to the game.
Yep. Yeah, that'll happen.
Which I guess isn't that bad, but is starting to bother me.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Yeah, it would be great if it was all uniform.
Yeah, I don't want the underscore. That's the thing. Underscore is when things are not right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And especially when you go and the cat attack that has the account is not active. It kills me.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
I guess maybe it's better than them being active and problematic and me needing to differentiate myself. But still, it's still frustrating.
Yeah. I do know that Twitter in particular does every once in a while do a purge of inactive accounts. So checking every once in a while is not a bad idea.
Nice. But then you'd have to move everything over.
No, you can change your handle.
Oh.
Yeah, you can edit your handle.
Yes. Okay, fair. So you would just have to change over links from other accounts and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, not too bad. All right, Diana.
So what's my homework?
Well,
which episode do I have to watch?
I'm going to let you know, because I think I came into this just being like, watch all of it, duh. But it is a lot, and I need to curate the episodes.
A list.
Yeah, I'll curate a list. Good. And then maybe it'll make you watch more, but whatever.
Okay, wow, I got a lot of watching to
I
do.
know. Well, I
That's
was thinking
exciting.
that too when we were referencing back to the Deep Space Nine episode. There's a lot of watching to do.
Well, I'm happy about that because it's still a panoramic and I don't go anywhere.
Okay, so this is what's on my mind, and if you are not on the same board, you should cut it from the episode. So I think we've both talked a lot about how we haven't cosplayed in a million years, and we've joshed about TikTok, but for homework, do you want to do a Marceline bubblegum?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's also the homework then.
I'm already buying pink.
Good. Okay.
Pink makeup.
Your stuff is a lot harder than mine. Because I just wear
I'm fine with that.
I just wear like a red shirt and jeans. And you wear a princess dress.
Well, you need to paint your skin blue.
Okay. That kind of gray blue makes me nervous sometimes that it will read as me trying to do blackface. So.
Well, do not do that.
Well, no,
but or just make it lighter.
Okay.
Make it like really pale.
Okay.
Pale.
I just want to make sure that's not what it reads as. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, definitely don't let that happen. But we.
I mean, I won't. I'm just saying, if these video or this picture or whatever emerges and I'm not doing skin, it's because my paint job made me concerned.
Yes. Got it. Good. I am going on what is the paint brand I use?
Ooh.
For Jester. I'm gonna get that and send it to you because they make good water-based face paints.
Oh, I'm so excited! I wasn't even thinking that we would do paint. I thought we were just gonna do clothes.
No, this is really exciting. I'm buying pink makeup right now.
I can't wait to see your pink wig.
Oh my god, I get to wear a wig. I love it. I very rarely get to do wig stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's pretty fun because I have such short hair that it's very easy for me to pop on wigs and and stuff. I like it.
Well, and there's a lot, especially in the later seasons, there are variants to Princess Bubblegum and what she's wearing. So you don't necessarily have to do the episode 1 classic outfit. You can do a bit of Googling.
Yeah.
It might be more fun to do one of her gayer outfits.
Variants.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, she's so cool.
She's pretty cool. She's a scientist. She's so smart.
Oh my God, she's so cute. I do like it because I think it's pretty fun for these like characters that don't really have distinct facial features.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much like she's just like her eyes.
She doesn't
are
have a
not-
nose.
They're just dots.
Yeah.
No nose. Her mouth is literally just a line or a circle or whatever.
Mhm.
So there's not really like a lot of like I think you could take creative liberties with how you do the like that makeup besides just making yourself pink.
Yes.
Like you can kind of be creative with it, which is fun.
I think you're totally right.
Ooh, I'm seeing so many cool outfits I could do. All right, I'm very
Okay, well,
excited
you
about
have to let
this.
me know ahead of time which outfit you're going to do, because if there's like a similar,
A
like a
corresponding.
corresponding outfit, I'll do it.
Yes. Okay.
Even
great.
though if you want to go back and do Marceline, that's fine, because like she does have like an undercut and like she's cool.
No, I want to be.
You wanna be
a
Bubblegum.
pink
Okay.
princess. Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Yeah,
We
me
have to
too.
figure out how we're going to release this homework.
Well, I have some ideas. All right, great, fantastic.
Wow. Oh, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay.
All right, what are you doing after
I'm
this?
going to research this.
Good, me too.
Yay!
Fantastic. Okay.
First and foremost, stick around for this specific announcement, because the most important thing in the world is that has the fundraiser already happened when this comes out?
Let me
Oh,
look
fuck,
at my
I think it has.
brain
Yeah,
calendar.
it has. Oh, well. Okay. So I hope you watched the fundraiser on Saturday, and I hope we successfully raised a lot of money for the Trevor Project. You can follow me at _CatAttack on Twitch and Twitter. Honestly, if you follow me on Twitch, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm trying to hit affiliate and I need 11 more people. So I'm just going to like really push that one.
it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's actually it. I may have an announcement next episode. The end.
Ooh, fun. Yes, I'm Super Dylan everywhere. All the places, including my website, superdylan.com.
And
Oh, was
talk
it
about
long?
Die Hard again.
Yeah. Use Super Dylan at checkout on dieharddice.com and buy yourself some Click Clacks. Buy yourself some shiny math rocks. Buy yourself some forbidden candy. Buy yourself some treats. Or some meeples. They have meeples too. They have great dice trays that are glorious and felt and very pretty and come in nice, rich colors. And yeah, so get some stuff.
All right. And as always, if you want to interact with us, you can email femsplainedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Find us at Femsplained Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And I think that's all that matters. One of them is Femsplained
And-
Cast. Which one is Femsplained Cast?
That's Twitter.
Twitter. Okay.
Twitter has a character limit on their handles that did not allow us to be Femsplained Podcast.
Got it.
And Femsplained alone brings up the other people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
But if you go to superdylan.com/femsplained, you can find our Discord link and the application to guest as a femsplainer.
Yeah.
And all those many other ways to interact with us are right there. And you can click on them and it'll be easy.
Very nice. All right. That's it.
Bye.
Bye.